All right, hello. Today I want to talk about briefly about interacting with your items. So example is I'm going to remove this belt that I just got from Guildfest, and if we you can look at the belt, and it gives you a more detailed description of what the belt looks like. Now, if you study the belt, you'll see that all of a sudden it says you think you can nudge, pull, turn, poke. So if we just go nudge belt now, see, whoops, if I spelled it right, uh, you'll see that nothing happens. But if I wear the belt and then I nudge it, whoops, see all of a sudden these are where you get different verbs that you can play with. So if you tap the belt, there's different things you can do with it. Now I'm going to remove the belt again. This belt actually has things in it, so I can look. I'll spell it out. Look in my belt, and you'll see there's a throwing mallet and a bola in there. So I know that it has a pocket, and they call this a pocketed item. I can go measure belt. And this is based off of your appraisal skill, I believe. I could be wrong on this, but it gives you an idea of how big the belt is. You can see that its length measures 2 spans, confident interior measures 4 spans, and estimated belt's interior height measures 17 spans. And it's an estimate, so that doesn't mean that's exactly what it is. If I had more appraisal, it would probably be more accurate. Now there's other things that you can do as far as you can analyze the belt. And in this case it didn't really tell me anything, so I'm going to actually pull out a weapon and I'll analyze the flail. And it tells you a little bit about the flail. It says it's a finished two-handed metal blunt weapon and it's masterfully crafted. This also gets down to, so if I wanted to learn more information about the weapon, I can appraise the flail. And I'm going to do appraise careful, so we get a little bit more information. And when you appraise carefully, you actually need to spell careful all the way out. If you don't put it all the way out, you have problems. So if you type careful fully out, all of a sudden you start to get a lot of information. So it tells you that it's a two-handed blunt, what skill it trains. It tells you the different damages it does for different types of attack. Now, when you are certain, that means that's what it is. If it says you guess or you estimate, those are not exact stats of the weapon. So you can see this does severe impact damage. It's very well designed for improving force of my attacks. It's decently balanced, and it's reasonably suited for gaining extra attack power from my strength. And it's in good condition, so I actually need to go get that repaired. Now, that's what you normally get for a normal repair. This other stuff is mostly from the careful. So you can read through this. I'm not going to read through it all. But it gives you an idea, more information about this. And you can still measure weapons to get an idea. And if I had more appraisal skill, I'd get more accurate. See, it's an estimate. If I was certain, I could tell that's what it is, but I'm not. And now, there's another one you can recall sometimes. And there's nothing to recall about it. Now, if I had there's bonding potions and things like that out there. If I drop the failure, I can use the invoke command to call it back, but I don't have anything to call back. Oops, if I spelled that right. So there's nothing there. Also, if it's a magical item, if you focus on it, it will tell you information, but there's no magical information. So I'm going to sheathe this real quick. And I'm going to remove my cambric armband. And if I focus on the armband, all of a sudden I can see that it's got magic in it. So these are some of the commands you can use to interact with the um, items you have, because sometimes you'll find an item that you have that you're just not quite sure what it does, or you find an item in your vault and it might just look like something like a cufflink or something like that. But if you use study, focus, look, analyze, you're going to get some more information about what it is. It might actually be special. So let me wear the armband real quick, and I'll remove my cloak. And so it's just a cloak. But you'll notice something that it says you pull your autumn cloak away, revealing backpack, armors, and belt items. Now, if I just looked at the cloak, it gives a nice description of it, but it doesn't necessarily tell you that it hides certain items. So if I study the cloak, see, it says I think I can turn the autumn leaf cloak to hide certain items. The cloak appears to be able to hide backpacks, armor, and belt items. So if you're looking through all your stuff and you just see an autumn, I'll glance down so you can see that better, and I just see a cloak of autumn leaves, you might just think it's a normal cloak, but it does have hiding abilities, so it does make it more rare. So hopefully when you're looking at items or somebody gives you an item, you can play around with them, and you'll get some more use out of your items. So take care, and I'll see you next time.